What can all men learn from Diddy right now? Man, I'll tell y'all like this. I think I got some answers. Let's get into this thing. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you. Welcome back to the channel, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button as soon as you come into the building. I had to jump on here, guys, and I was trying not to make a Diddy video. And with all the graphic things being talked about and that kind of thing, you got to be careful on platforms like this because you really can't say what you want to say. Um, but I thought about it. What could I do to make a video that's gonna kind of stand out and make you want to watch? And the first thing I thought about was I ain't gonna get into the graphic nature of it, man. Me and my boy TLC, we were talking, and man, it's just been good dialogue back and forth about different perspectives on the trial and that kind of thing. Of course, what's dominating the news um, is the activities that were going on with them, whether it be substance based, whether it be intimacy based, whatever. Right? That's what's dominating the news. But I thought about it. I said, man, I do the weekly long form content with my sister Rhonda, man, and we always talking about relationships. But this one was too juicy to wait till she and I could figure out a way to talk about this that would be accepted on a lot of platforms without getting strikes on the channel, without offending people and that kind of thing. And I thought about it. Um, what all men must do moving forward after looking at this Diddy trial, right? Whether Diddy freaky, whether Diddy guilty, I really don't care. And I really don't know, guys, right? I think it's effed up that this situation is going on for both of them. I bet the two of them looking around in that courtroom together and they're saying, how did we get here? How did we get here? Diddy got his own reasons for being here. Cassie got her own reasons for being here. And the one thing we can all agree on is in situations like this, the only people who are winning are the media people covering it. Okay. The lawyers who Diddy is paying, the lawyer who Cassie is paying. Um, God, I think it's so critical that we understand what all men can do right now, moving forward in a relationship. Now, guys, full disclosure now, if you in a current relationship or you married or whatever, married or in a current relationship, this ain't something you can do. I'm talking about now, guys. Y'all ever notice that when a hurricane comes through Florida, the building code changes? But if you were built before that hurricane code, as long as you don't remodel or do anything like that, you grandfathered into the old way. That's why I say if you're married or in a current relationship before this Diddy trial starts, you can't do this. If you do this, that relationship ain't gonna last. Hate to say it, but y'all grandfathered into a different building code on your relationship versus now since we're seeing this hurricane trial come through and rip up everything we thought we knew. Everything you thought was freaky ain't freaky. Everything you thought was high ain't high. Everything you thought was drunk ain't drunk. And I said, man, what can the new relationships do? Because everything changes after this Diddy trial, guy. And here's the thing I wrote down. I apologize, y'all. I'm reading from my phone. First of all, there is no way you can be in a traditional relationship anymore. There is no incentive to being in a relationship anymore. Guys, when you're in a relationship, you thought that was protected, just like your doctor's records are protected via HIPAA. But clearly, guys, in this world of social media, in this world of text messaging, every text you've sent, whether happy, sad, or just basic stuff, has been recorded in the book of social media, in the book of the internet. We know how we say the internet is defeated. And why am I saying this, guys? A lot of people gonna think I'm crazy for this. Every relationship that'll lay out its terms and conditions for consent and activities that are accepted. Every date and every interaction that'll lay out terms and conditions for consent, communication, and activities that are accepted. Guys, I'm gonna tell y'all like this: you gonna have to treat your relationship like a doctor's office visit. Y'all know what you hate about going to the doctor's office. Every time you go in, what they gotta take? Document medical history. all these questions they got to ask you, right? Every time you go, no matter what. But that's what relationships are becoming. And if you don't take that history and if you don't get them to answer, the meeting can't move forward. Relationships are not going to be any different. And for all of y'all who thought relationships are not business, everything in that relationship is being exposed. And these are two people who I thought didn't want to be together anymore. But based on some of the stuff I'm seeing in this trial, I think they still want to be together. I'm starting to think that new husband, Cassie's husband, realizes that Cassie don't love him. And I think he wants to see Diddy go to jail so that Cassie can start loving him. Guys, let me tell you this. Just because that man locked up don't mean she gonna stop loving him. And I'm watching two people who still are in love. Now, a lot of y'all are gonna say, Jeff, man, ain't nobody doing that in a relationship. And Diddy crazy. Ain't nobody doing that. Guys, I'm telling y'all right now, this is happening in the family court system right in your house. I mean, right in your home county. This is happening. Couples are fighting. Couples know they can't break up because what text message is gonna say, and who I done said about this, and when did I get drunk, and when did I get high, and all this kind of stuff. And guys, I'm telling y'all right now, this is why nobody's gonna be in a relationship. Everything is about to be transactional. When I saw this Diddy trial unfold, I said it's already hard for guys to settle down. They ain't settling down now. They gonna be at the strip club. They're gonna be hiring escorts. They're gonna be doing all that kind of stuff, guys. Nobody's getting a relationship if this what it means. And I always joke on the long form content with Rhonda. I say three things you got to do, and two of them you got to have two that are mandatory. You got to drink, smoke, and eat. If your relationship don't come with drinking, smoking, and eating, at least doing two of those three, it ain't gonna work. Well, I'm watching this volatile, toxic relationship. They were doing everything. They were doing everything, and I think it got out of control. But what I'm telling you, fellas, I ain't talking to the women. I ain't talking to the women because Cassie is considered the victim here, according to the case. She's victim number one, and that's what I mean by that. I'm not here to tell you what my opinion is. But what I'm trying to tell fellas right now, you better download the app. You better make sure you record everything. You better make sure you get everything, consent, all that stuff, whether you got money or not. Because right now, guys, this Cassie and Diddy trial is changing the rules of every relationship. Every relationship. If you're single and about to start getting a relationship or you're about to get married, everything better be laid out terms and conditions, guys. Just like when I go make a payment on one of my bills, first thing they say, accept terms and conditions every time. Every time. What are they responsible for? Hey, Jeff, terms and conditions change. You got to log in and tell us that you're ready. Guys, that's where relationships are going. Because right now, she ain't talking about Diddy being a bad businessman, right? What she talking about right now is Diddy the person, not Diddy the businessman. And when you are defending yourself in court as the person, Diddy's companies, from what I understand, are not included in this lawsuit since this is criminal. Now, the civil ones was his companies. But the criminal guys, they can only lock you up. They can only send you to prison. They can't send your companies to prison. As Smokey Robinson, the same thing. Because now, as Byron Scott, the same thing. Byron Scott getting sued from 38 years ago. Smokey Robinson under criminal investigation. Guys, all these things need to be laid out. Terms and conditions. Every relationship gotta be treated like a 1099 contract. Lay out what your goal here to do, and make sure that if somebody doesn't honor the contract, end it right there so that you don't end up like Diddy. Because guess what, guys? When you let that guard down and you're with this person and y'all start doing some of the things, whether it be you're getting intoxicated, whether you're being intimate, whatever, it better be laid out in the terms and conditions so you don't find yourself by yourself, just like Diddy and Cassie looking at each other in court. And clearly the chemistry and emotion is still there. Toxicity is still there too. But that's what all men need to do in relationships, man. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, man. Is Jeff crazy or is Jeff on to something? If you hadn't already, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn that bell for notifications. And until next time, I'm going to holler.